back. Andrew's running a bit late, but he will be on the show today. And it's been a hell of a week down in London, hosting Dramina-sponsored Lisbon Laura's, the London Takeover. If we met there and you're watching the live show for the first time, let me know in the comments. If you're a regular, let us know who you are, where you're tuning in from, what your interest in AI is, all of the good stuff that we usually talk about week to week. We're going to be showing a normal roundup. We've been doing some special episodes recently, the creator sessions. Hope you guys have been tuning into them. We had Gossip Goblin, we had Cavan the Kid, and Uncanny Harry. We've got the legend Afro Futcher tuning in straight away, who I was so happy to see you again down in London. Oh, I miss the London crew. I miss seeing you guys in person, and might be more in the future. Paul is around. Yes, I can confirm Paul is in the background, and Andrew is going to be coming on to the podcast soon. He told me he's running a bit late today. Not sure reason why, but when he drops in, we'll find out, no doubt. Good morning from West Hollywood. Hello, Caroline. Thank you so much for tuning in. We see you. Averin Studios. That's not a name that I've seen before. Please tell me, what is your interest in AI? What is your background? Or are you just interested? Hey, look, we've got a legend dropping in the building. What's up, Sander? Evolving AI, if you don't know. I don't know how you don't know, because they're the biggest and the best. So good. Thank you so much for dropping in, bro. Can't wait to have a catch-up call soon. Hey, we got Blacklight as well. Let's go. Look, Legends just hopping in here. Legends hopping in. I love you guys. And yes, good to see you. Hello from Lisbon. We've got LinkedIn tuning in. That's good to know that we're live on LinkedIn, live on YouTube. We've got loads of news to talk about this week. It's been one of those weeks where I knew it would happen, by the way. As soon as I was booked for an in-person live event, all of the big models would update, and that's exactly what we saw. We've seen Seedance get 2.5, we've seen Minimax drop the new model, Midjourney 8.2, and a lot of stuff's going on. We've got some examples to showcase for each, and some creative stuff that we've seen made with these tools and stuff. But if you've seen stuff that we haven't seen, because we've been away this week, do let us know about it for next week's and everything else. We also have a new website to talk about, which is exciting, and I used Claude Fable 5 to make the majority of this. It's a nice tornado carousel sort of format, and it's theailiveshow.com, which I'm sure Paul will be able to get up onto the screen for us later in the show. But now everything's centralized, so you can go here for everything. You can watch everything prior that we've done on the show. You can also submit work through there. You can also sign up to new events through there. It's going to be like a centralized hub for everything. What up, Zach? What's up? theailiveshow.com. There we go. We have a new domain, and we'd love to know what you guys think about it. Any improvements that we should do to it. We've already taken some feedback on the way that the carousel moves, for example. So yeah, making it a bit more friendly. We got Caroline in the building. Let's go. All of you guys swapping information, getting to know. Love it. I love it. That's the whole point of having this as a live show and not a pre-recorded podcast, is that you guys can be here live. We can feature your questions. We can have a real interaction, and you guys can also chat amongst yourselves as well. We've got Turin in the building. Loving it. Loving it. Still don't know when Andrew is going to be here, and I don't want to crack on with too much of the videos without him. So what have you guys seen? I mentioned a few of the updates there. We're definitely going to be watching some Seedance 2.5 stuff, which is huge, obviously. And we actually got like a global premiere of this, because at the event I was hosting in London, it was a Dramina sponsored event. And Dramina showed us some stuff before the rest of the world experienced it the next day on the model release, which was quite fascinating. And it's a really interesting leap that Seedance has taken here with this model jump, and it's taking some getting used to, that's for sure. It's definitely a lot different to Seedance 2.0, and I don't know that many people were expecting such a big difference, actually, but it is quite significantly different. So a lot of people have been testing it, and we've been trying to round up the best tests that we've seen this week with it. We've got a few to showcase, but as I said, if you guys have seen some cool stuff out there, make sure you send it our way. Make sure that we're aware of it. If you've made it, maybe someone else you know's made it. It doesn't have to be you that's made it. Submit everything. And I was very thankful to the Wonder Studios team for having me over in the church. After the day of the release, I was able to prompt Seedance 2.5 within a church, which was kind of insane. An amazing studio setup they've got down there in London. And thank you to Rourke. If Rourke's tuning in, I know he's in the States right now. He let me stay over at his place and had an amazing night with him and his wife, just chilling after the event. It was so nice to have that. And then he flew off to the States. Busy. Everyone's really busy at the moment. But yeah, thank you so much for you guys in London that made that trip so possible. The Dramina team for sponsoring it, Philippa for organizing it, and all of you guys that showed out, like Afro Futcher and Uncanny Harry and everybody else that was on the panels that I was hosting. It was such a fun time. Really enjoyed it. I think we're going to have to crack on and wait to Andrew to come in, Paul. I think we're just going to go into it. As with all new models, Uncanny Harry is one of the best tests when it comes to all of this stuff, truthfully. And I love when he's just showing me new things that you can do with new models. And I saw this piece that he was doing with the Minimax H3. So let's bring it up and show what it's all about. Stream itself. Let me check. I'm having trouble as well. Okay. That's not ideal. It might not be everyone's connection. It seems that I should rejoin. Okay, I've rejoined the studio. Are people hearing me again? Hopefully everyone's hearing me again. Sorry about that. Not sure why the stream had buffered or faltered like that. Can people hear me? Oh, it's so hard to do this without Andrew on the stream to know if I'm actually being able to be heard and stuff. Yeah, it seems that I'm being heard again. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened there. No idea. The stream might have had some issue there. All right, I think we're back. It was buffering, but it seems that we're back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Again, I've got no Andrew here. It's so hard to know when things are going right and when things aren't going right. The new website is the AILiveshow.com. Yes. I love the feedback on that. As I said, it's supposed to be an all-encompassing place now for all of the show. You should be able to submit your work there. You should be able to see future events through there. You should be able to see a carousel, like a tornado carousel of all of our previous live shows, as well as the things that we're uploading to YouTube that are different to the live show as well. Did you guys see the Uncanny Harry piece, or was that buffering? If you guys could let me know whether or not that piece was actually broadcast okay. I don't know because I don't know where the stream faltered. But did you see that piece from Minimax, or was that part of the issues? Let me know if we should show that piece again. Otherwise, interested to hear what you guys have seen in terms of, yeah, like I say, just news that's going on. Could not see it buffering. Yeah, okay, let's watch it again, Paul. So this is a piece that Uncanny Harry was testing in the Minimax H3 model. So let's check it out. Okay, hopefully you guys saw that piece okay this time. So yes, And we've got Marco dropping into the building. What's up, Marco? So again, like I say, Uncanny is one of the best testers of new models, and this was just 5 individual Mid-Journey images that he used here, and we have actually got those images that will display after this runs through one more time again on the screen. But really interesting test. So here are the 5 images, that the Mid-Journey images that he fed in, and then he was able to produce this with a new Minimax model as a really nice test. So what do you guys think? What did you guys think of that test? I thought that was a really nice test of a new video model. Is it really sticking to the overall color references that were given? How faithful is it to the characters that were given? And how much can you do with them once you've given them as character reference and they are faithful? And clearly the answer's a lot in every single category there. So really, really cool to see. As I say, Ryan is one of the best at doing this. He's just, him, Rory, and a few other people are just incredibly good at testing new models in a very short amount of time like this. So we always know we're going to get great videos for the showcase whenever they've got access to a model 24 hours ahead of time, or even within 24 hours of it being public like this one was. Really, really nice. And yes, I love the color style, the color palette, and I loved how faithful it was to the color style throughout the entire clip there. So just another short little clip of a bit of world building. Really cool to see that from the Minimax H3 model. If any of you guys have tested that model and have made anything cool, send it through to us for the next live show. Same with Seedance 2.5 as well. And the next piece that we're going to watch actually was created with Seedance 2.5 by the Wonder Studios team, by Justin Hackney and Marcus Grip. Absolute legends. Thank you again for having me in the church. So they got the Seedance 2.5 the same day the world did, and we were sitting in the church, and they basically grabbed their iPhone and started running around the Wonder Studios, seeing how far they could push the model. And this is one of the tests that we thought was really interesting, because it seems that Seedance 2.5 is a lot better at working with hybrid video to video productions rather than straight image to video like Seedance 2.0 was. But with all that being said, let's check it out.
Seedance 2.5 just dropped our Kaka, and today at the House of Wonder we are pushing it to the limit. Isn't that annoying? Just when it's about to get good, the clips gets cut off. Well, not anymore. Now you can double your clips to 30 seconds. Cut!
Performance was fantastic, but could we get a different angle?
Yeah, of course you can. See, that's 2.5. You can have any angle from the same shot and maintain performance.
Maintain performance, yeah?
You can now use up to 50 references. 50? Yeah, 50. You got your locations, your characters, your props, even your style working all together. Let's generate. Now you got full control of your environment, location, even characters, and their outfits and their props.
Where are my markers?
You're in my world now.
The hell was that? And why do I have chicken hands?
Dude, what are you talking about?
How fun is that video? And I was there going into that very entrance of the church. It looks exactly like this. And as Diane's pointing out, it isn't a cult, it's a real church, and it's the place that they work from. It's incredible, the venue. And yeah, this is it. Like there, you're seeing real footage of the actual venue inside the church. And then you're cutting to AI right here, seeing the gladiator version of the overlay. So it's really smart video to video usage of Seedance 2.5 here. And it's definitely one of the strengths. Actually, as part of the event that I was hosting, as I said, we got some global first access to Seedance 2.5. Thank you so much to the Yiffy and the Dreamina team for both sponsoring the event and giving us that first look. And one of the strengths they were talking about there is its ability to take 3D generated scenes as well as video content very, very well. So if you're a user of Blender or Cinema 4D or any of the 3D tools that are on the market, essentially, you're going to have a real leg up in this new wave of the AI video space, because you'll be able to create really controllable scenes, because you'll be able to generate the thing first in 3D and then maybe add AI mesh on top of this to essentially add any overlay you'd like. This being a great example, obviously. So, hey, we've got Kareem just hopping in casually into the stream. And it was so fun to hang out with you, brother, in London. One of the best things that I've done so far in the AI space is align the London and the Lisbon crew, of which I think there will be a lot more in the future. Meeting up of the two communities. Loving to see it. Loving to see it. Still no Andrew. We don't know where he is. Maybe he's been abducted by the ice cream van man, Paul. Maybe he's finally been tempted. Hey, we got Jimmy dropping in the chat as well. So good to see you in person again, Jimmy. A boss evening it was, and Philippa really did boss it. The event went off so well, actually, and the venue was really, really cool. It wasn't overwhelmingly hot, although it was hot. London is a lot hotter than up here where I am, back in the north where it's nice and cool. But yeah, it wasn't the crazy, overwhelming heat wave that it could have been and has been previously in London. So we got lucky with the people that were there, the venue, the weather, the timing, and the drop of Seedance 2.5 the next day. Obviously, it would have been amazing. And the initial plan actually was to have created some Seedance 2.5 videos in anticipation of the event. But then the model got slightly delayed and the event couldn't be delayed. So essentially we just went with the regular stuff. But yeah, having Dreamina sponsor the event is awesome too, because there are some things that are exclusive to Dreamina when it comes to Seedance 2.5. I'm seeing as well. CapCut and other places that you can use it right now, they don't have all of the same stuff. So if you're a CPP of certain places, you'll notice that there's certain functionalities that differ from platform to platform when using Seedance 2.5. And Afro says the food was fantastic, by the way. That's actually some amazing feedback that a lot of people have given. And me and Philippa were so nervous and busy organizing and running the show that I didn't eat anything in the whole time, which makes me feel really stupid, actually, that I didn't take advantage of the great catering that was involved in the event. So that's my bad. I should have definitely done that. And yes. Ooh, Cream saying Seedance dropping on Let's probably on the 7th. Ooh, it's big times, guys. And honestly, testing this early has been really eye-opening. As I've said, I think video to video is going to be one of the big strengths with this model. And I think hybrid productions is going to be a lot bigger usage and creative usage, seeing real footage and AI and interplaying between the two, also running 3D assets through as references to get full control of your scenes and stuff like that. We're going to see some, I think now we're going to see like a level of expertise where it's like, right, I really can fully control this model. So, and that's the thing that a lot of art directors have been waiting for, truthfully, is just the ability to actually have full control over the model so that they can really do what they want. And this argument of slot machines and all of this goes out the window, because you can say, no, here was the 3D file that I generated with my human time and my human expertise. And I fed to the AI model basically to just reskin the textures, because that's the very expensive and costly time part. But actually, I can show you exactly the 3D asset that I created to show that I should be able to warrant the copyright for this, etc., etc. I think that will help in court, actually, should that come to it, obviously. Hybrid is the way. Me and Kareem have been speaking about this a lot, actually, and obviously Wonder and others are seeing the same, using video footage. Slop is a mindset. I need to get that on a hat. Slop is a mindset. I like the way to think about that. I loved also when Verena came onto our podcast, she talked about, you have to be very careful about what you consume and what you put out there because your algorithm feeds off all of this. So if you consume slop and you make slop, then you're just going to be getting more of it come back to you in the echo chamber of algorithms. Right. So unless there's any more news that you guys want to talk about, we did see some Midjourney 8.2 stuff. I saw Marco Isle show me some really awesome stuff. Some other people showed me some 8.2 stuff, but we would love to see your submissions. Go check out the new site, so that you can submit your work to us through there. If you've been using 8.2 or anything like that, let us know. Seems like Andrew's coming in at 4:30, so we have 5 more minutes, and we'll crack on doing the ads section. So if you're new watching the show, generally we do news in the first section, then we go through to ads, and then we go through to films and everything else that we found cool in the AI industry this week, which is the large majority of the section, but we like to do it in that sort of running order. And so the first one we're going to watch, ad-wise, is actually a Cannes Lion winning ad by Sebastian Strasser. We won't reveal what it's selling, but see if you can guess before the reveal. Let's check it out.
In a world full of copies and imitations, being real is not easy. But I am. I do breathwork. I journal. We think. I talk to my plants. Namaste. I deleted social media twice. I set myself free and came back even stronger. Sometimes I'm scared, like everybody else, of AI taking my job and doing it better. But I chose growth. I reenacted my birth for healing.
I have inner child.
But when you open your heart, the world responds. Merde. I travel to connect, to find my soul people.
Delete my soul.
Who is doing this?
We can still make this work.
Help me!
Believe me, not your eyes. Mama! Tout ok. Je suis real. I am real.
Back arrow, get the back. Stop. Yes, just adjust the handles.
So did you guess? Did you guess what that ad was about? And if you're new to the show, now is the part that we actually do the interactive part, so you can vote. What did you think of that? Did you think that was awesome? Did you think that was okay or not for me? So 1 is awesome, 2 is okay, 3 is not for me. You can vote wherever you're watching, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Yes. What did you think of that? I thought it was pretty damn epic, honestly. I think that's a definite one from me. I love that type of stuff where it's condensed into that sort of format. I love the color palette. I love the storytelling. I love the funny comedy bits. I love the seriousness of it. I love the misdirection. I love lots of the elements of this piece. Obviously, it is a Cannes Lion award-winning ad, so it's not like I'm saying anything, too blasé there. It's clearly definitely been very well crafted and recognized as such by industry experts, and just I'm commenting the same thing. Seems like all of you guys also think that that was a really, really cool piece as well, though. Getting straight ones from everyone there. So I'll leave a little bit more time for the LinkedIn audience that we know are a little bit on of a delay compared to YouTube, where it's more of a in-time live stream. I think LinkedIn is a minute or so behind. But yeah, it looks like straight ones to open up the show, which is really, really cool to see. Even more votes still coming in now as ones. So really, really cool, and even brilliant as a comment. It's quite brilliant, and a really nice way to open up the show. Now, obviously, we differentiate spec ads from real ads, and we're going to be showing both, but we think it's important to show both because we make both, and many people do, but spec ads are very different, and real ads have to be carried out for a client, and some will go on to win awards. You know, it's very different when you have to do client work as to making any spec ad that you like for any brand that you like. It's very different. So we'll always try and let you know when we know if they're real ads. And by real ads, obviously they can be AI generated, but they're actually officially recognized by the brand and commissioned, and they're given the green light from the brand, as opposed to spec ads, which are not given any of those things. They're not greenlit. They're not given budget. They're not given approval. They're not given any of those things. So it's a much different thing to showcase. Anyway, the next piece is another real ad. So by that, it's an official ad for the brand. In this case, it is Cane's. If you're unfamiliar with Cane's in Europe, essentially it's a big, chicken shop. Think KFC or something like that. They have a National Chicken Finger Day ad. This one was made by Secret Level, the agency. And essentially, the Chicken Finger Day is an icon, such as, KFC have iconic things of their past. And with the approval of his wife and family, and all for his favorite charity, let's watch this piece.
Raising Cane's is celebrating National Chicken Finger Day by honoring someone who never knew anything about being chicken.
Chuck, we gotta protect all these chicken fingers for National Chicken Finger Day.
Chuck, yeah.
Chuck, they got in.
I'll hold them off. You keep frying those chicken fingers.
To honor the late, great Chuck Norris, Raising Cane's is donating $1 for every box combo sold on July 27th to raise $1 million for his foundation, Kickstart Kids, and help carry on his legacy.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Chuck, yeah.
I feel so silly because in our producer notes, we didn't obviously remember to put the Chuck Norris part. So I should have definitely given a bit more of a lead up to what this was. Obviously, Chuck Norris sadly has passed away, and his estate has given permission for his likeness to be used in this AI ad. And it is an official ad that is in partnership with Cane's, i.e. it's a real piece of brand work. It's not a spec ad. It was really given the permission of Chuck Norris's estate to use his likeness in this video. So with all that being said, the voting is now open for that piece. What did you think? Was it 1, awesome, 2, okay, 3, not for me? It's very different, obviously. It's a fun client work, I can see, using a legend like that and having him doing his famous karate kicks and stuff, and having chicken flying everywhere, and using a brand that's just willing to do silly type action craziness and everything like that. Chuck, yeah, I just saw as a comment come in. That's hilarious. But yeah, it is a very easy ad. There's not much storytelling going on here, truthfully. It is just using the likeness of a legend and of a chicken company that's willing to be sort of edgy and do, some out there stuff. So it's kind of easy in that respect, obviously. That's why for me, it would probably be a 2, where I'm seeing a lot of the numbers coming in right now. I think that they could have pushed this a little bit further in terms of getting some more story, but it is really fun, and how awesome, like I said, as a client brief to work with such a legend and be given the permission of the estate and actually have a client willing to do stuff like this. That's, just doing some crazy action stuff. And yeah, so that's definitely where it would sit from my perspective, watching that piece. Seeing a mixed bag in the audience. Hey, I see Issa, my boy, tuning in as well. It's great to see legends aligning. Good to see people. Good to see people in the chat. I'll leave that last 30 seconds just for so many more stragglers on LinkedIn. I do like, by the way, that you're putting the reason why you're putting your number. For example, I see Tracy putting a 1 and why they thought it was a 1, i.e. it was effective, and using these kinds of visuals. Now, what I've done in the past is I've tried to separate the name from the comments so that I don't sort of, call you out in a public space about whether you negative or popular. So what I'll try and do in the future is get you to vote your 1 and then leave just general comments where I won't read out your name. But yeah, I really appreciate you giving us the feedback as to why you gave a 1 and stuff like that. That does actually really help, especially because so many of the creators that submit to the show actually watch the show as well. So they'll actively be seeing your feedback in the comments as well. Just be careful of that, guys. Obviously, try not to offend anyone. Try and give critical feedback as to what they can improve and everything like that. Jimmy saying that I like the charity angle in that. That's a good point as well. It's not just, hocking chicken burgers with some karate and stuff like that. It did actually have like a charitable angle to it as well. So that was good to see. I just seen Andrew pop into the studio. What's going on, man? There he is. How's it going?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you? Sorry, hold on.
Oh, we lost you.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, sorry. I just had 101 things that, when you're just about to go live.
Have you got an arm? Is that an arm? That
yes.
I could see, like...
Last week you said to get an arm. So yeah, I'm upgrading. Well, let me just.
Oh, that's nice.
As Beyonce say, upgrade me. So that's what I've done.
That's cool. Is it clip onto the side of the desk like a clamp type thing?
Yes, but the problem is the desk. That's the problem.
Right.
So if I put it onto the desk, I'll still touch it and stuff. Right. So I've connected it to another desk, which is next to this. So yeah.
Separation. That's the next thing. I've got a little platform that sits on my desk that's not on the desk. It's like,
okay.
Wedge. So yeah, that's where I'm thinking to attach my mic arm as well. Good to see you, mate.
Likewise. How things? I'm seeing a lot of twos, threes. Tracy said I'm okay with it. What are you okay with? What will be good without Chuck Norris? Oh, don't tell me you watched the Chuck Norris video.
Yeah, it was a Raising Cane's thing. It was a chicken ad. It wasn't like a full-on Chuck Norris thing. It was an ad.
Okay, cool. I'll have to
just to catch you up on what we've been going through. Obviously, I hosted an event last week in London that was Dramina sponsored. Then Seedance 2.5 came out the next day, and so we watched some pieces that were Seedance 2.5 examples from Wonder Studios early on in the show, but also Minimax dropped a new model that's been really impressive for lip sync and doing some style transfer and stuff.
Yeah,
Uncanny Harry had a piece that used that. Midjourney 8.2 was launched as well, and we got some submissions. We're going to be watching more of them next week, I think, because we're going to wait for that one. What else did we watch so far? Let me just have a look at the notes.
Sounds good. I'll definitely be catching up on YouTube. And hi, Lara. Hi, BE Houdini. And hi, everyone else. Hi, everyone.
You're not too far in, mate. Actually, we're only on the 4th video. So the only other video I didn't mention there was the Cannes. We watched a Cannes Lions winner, which got straight ones from all the audience. So that's definitely worth a rewatch, that one. Really nice one to open up the show. Yeah. And it won a Cannes Lions award. And it was AI. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
One to go in your presentations, actually, probably,
Really? Is it short?
Yeah, it's short and it's watchable and it's award winning and it was recognized like that, and we all voted it straight one as well. So really,
Nice.
really, really nice piece.
Check
The next
that one
piece
out.
actually is by someone who we know very well, because László Gaál, if you remember, did that behind the scenes Porsche thing and started this whole fake behind the scenes trajectory. And if you didn't know, Runway is running another big ad contest. So they've done several of these now, but this is another, series of it basically. So this is László's entry into the newest Runway big ad contest. This one is for a joint speaker ad, Jaunt, joint speaker ad. Let's check it out.
Okay. Signal received. Play.
That's why it sounds so clean.
Jaunt.
Short, sweet, epic, great visuals, great music. It felt like Tron the movie or whatever, like mixed with Daft Punk, mixed with some other stuff, like super cool, and not anything like anything we've ever seen from him either. He's usually the guy that goes really in depth with like the conversation and the story building and stuff, and this is like the whole other side of his game, I guess. It's just straight visuals, straight ads, like short, sweet, punchy. The voting's now open for that one, guys. What did you think? 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me. What did you reckon, mate? Oh, I can't hear you.
There we go.
There you go.
I thought it was really good. I thought that is the type of ad I would have watched many years ago, or just a few years ago, pre the AI that we're at now, and wouldn't think like anything of it. And what I mean by that is the fact that you can build something like that now with these tools is like
insane.
Insane.
Like
What do you think?
That's a whole new. Like I said, I'm so impressed because it's showing a whole new side to his game.
Yeah.
Like we've seen really impressive stuff from him. He's even invented formats by himself. And now he's showing like a whole new side to his game, where it's like, I can be just as impressive with straight visuals as I can with dialogue, storytelling and editing and clever misdirection and all of that other stuff. This is just raw, like I'm an artist style. And I really appreciate that from him because I know his back catalog. We've seen so much of his stuff on the show, literally dozens of his videos. So it's awesome to see like he's bringing out the repertoire, a bit like Dave or Uncanny, where it's like, how many strings do you have to this bloody bow? It's unbelievable how many genres you can do a service to. And this is clearly him, waving that like I can just do straight visuals as well, which is really cool to see. So straight 1 for me. Definitely Daft Punk, Metron, that was the whole vibe. With this last theme, felt like a Berlin nightclub as well, like some Bergheim type stuff as well, characters. So yeah, a really cool mix of all stuff, and the zooming and the camera and just the straight visual aesthetic of it is really, really nice.
As you and Dan said, it's Daft Punk meets Tron.
Definitely. And so the next one we're going to show is perfect timing for you, your favorite AI creator, Simon Meyer. He's obviously known for entering these competitions, right? And he's obviously put his skin in the game for this one with a soda ad. So let's check out his Runway big ad, soda ad.
Next up is contestant 47.
What the hell is that? It looks like garbage.
You can question an idea, but you can't question taste. Vero Blood Orange Soda. Don't question it.
Short and sweet, aren't they? I think that's why we like these ads, honestly, is because they have to get so much over so quickly, and the format's quite prohibitive. You don't have like long form storytelling. You've just got to tell a story as quickly as you can, have some sort of misdirection or fun or engagement. The voting is now open for that, guys. What did you think? 1, 2, or 3? Was that 1 awesome, 2 okay, or 3 not for me? What did you reckon to that one, mate?
Yeah, I really like that. I thought it was short, to the point. It wasn't like wow, and it wasn't like wow, oh my god, this is amazing. But I just thought it was straight to the point, really good ad. I've seen it before, if that makes sense. You kind of knew what was going to happen. I love that somebody said, Mary said that was her dad that threw that at her. But yeah, as soon as she put on the goggles, I was like, yep, I know what's going to happen. I thought it would just go over everyone, not just that one woman. But yeah, it was a solid ad there. Cliche, Dan says, a bit cliche.
Yeah, just because, as you say, that's a formula that you've seen before a lot in advertising, right? Like it's an obvious kind of thing that was going to happen. And as you say, Simon is so prolific with his characters like Dracula and Frankenstein and, really clever uses and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, that's definitely not one of Simon's best videos that we've seen, but it works, and I think that's the thing is he's started so much now. He's got prompter, he's got his own videos, he's got everything. To enter these competitions still is kind of crazy that he's still doing that, alongside everything. And he's a new dad as well, as we know. So he's juggling a lot of balls there, and good on him. Good on him for carrying on doing these.
Yeah, as I said, as you mentioned, it's good that he is still entering these. So that's good. Yeah.
Although, a lot of people will be saying, give me a break, man. Like you've won so many of these and I need to win one. And, it's kind of unfair seeing him every time. The same is true with the next guy, because you've got Uncanny Harry entering and you're up against him, who we know, as we had him on the show, he's a freaking legend, man. This guy is unbelievable. Working at the BBC, doing all that he's done, actually directing, actually doing a whole load of background and this stuff. Now he's adopted AI tools, and he's one of the biggest freaks in terms of how many videos he can pump out. Unbelievably prolific, and finishing videos off in his Goblin Cave, as he said on the episode, and then coming out for a little bit of socialize and going back to his Goblin Cave and mashing it out. And so he's managed to mash out something for Runway's big ad competition somehow. Blackjacks from Uncanny Harry. Let's check it out.
Come guess me this riddle, what beats pipes and fiddle? What's hotter than mustard and milder than cream? What best wets your whistle? What's clearer than crystal? What's sweeter than honey and stronger than steam? What will make the dumb talk? What will make the lame walk? The elixir of life and philosopher's stone. And what helped Mr. Brunel to dig the Thames Tunnel? Well, wasn't it whiskey from old Inishowen?
Wow.
That was completely different to anything I've ever seen. And I really like that. They're really
That's what I mean. I think actually it's quite smart of Runway to make these very short entry things, hey, there he is. Freak, how very dare you. Oh, man. I love it, brother. We are your biggest fans on this show. And the fact that you're able to make this stuff and pump it out, and it's unbelievable, mate. It was awesome having you on the panel as well, seeing you. And yes, I was shame you weren't there, Andrew. Every time people ask, where's Andrew? Where's Andrew? Where's Paul? Where's everybody else? And I'm like,
we live on the internet.
Guys. Yeah, we live on the internet. We barely see each other in person. I see Ryan more than I see you guys in person, which is sort of the craziest thing. Oh, mate. I love... Oh, the voting's now open. 1, 2, or 3. I mean, it's uncanny. Like I said, it's unfair that he's really you're up against him in these competitions, because it's nothing like I've seen before. I thought it was great. I thought the song worked. I thought the visuals were fun. I also think it's, not too much to ask to enter a competition. It's not like you have to enter a 3-minute, 5-minute video. Then, it's just like, oh, if you've got an idea that you can quickly make, you could probably do this in 48 hours realistically, whereas turning around a 2-3 minute thing is really unrealistic to do in that amount of time. So I guess that's why. It didn't include Uncanny Kraken, another. We need the lore, mate. Every video needs to have some Uncanny reference in it. Uncanny Harrier, Uncanny Kraken, Uncanny something. You're missing out lore points here. Every time we see an Uncanny video, it doesn't have an Uncanny reference in it. So there's that.
Yeah. Zek said, dig the black and white. Awesome ad. Yeah.
Yes, I like the style too.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool. And to go with the old-timey song too, to have black and white, you know, like what are they even called? You know, not like an Irish poem or something. You know, what are they like not fable or there's a word for them though, isn't there?
I can't remember what
like a
I know what you mean.
Type.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
I can't remember exactly what it was called, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, Ryan's gonna be like, a limerick. Oh, that's now I feel like a real Dumbo. Thanks. The whiskey here is featured in here. Oh, of course, there's a backstory.
I love it. There's always a backstory. Those little Easter eggs.
We said that on the show, didn't we? We're like, how do you build the Easter eggs? How do you build the world? Keep people guessing, because you're the sort of like, you know, the details master. Like you'll notice this stuff and leave a comment about that. And that's a great way to get comments in the first place from YouTube and LinkedIn and places like this. Is little Easter eggs. Brilliant. Right. So we're at the end of the ad section. What we watched first were 2 real ads, and then we watched 3 entries into the Runway Big Ad Contest, which is obviously fake. You know, they're not real ads for real brands. They are just spec ads. And good luck to the competition entrance there. Stiff competition. László, Simon, and Uncanny Harry, mate. They're the 3 you're up against in order to try and win. That's a really stacked lineup in terms of who you've got to compete against, you know, so... But if you've done something cool, let us know, you know, send us through, you know, we're going to see obviously who's shortlisted next time around in the show probably, and then have a whole bunch more to watch that are like, you know, top 20 or whatever they do, top 10, I'm not sure. But if you've made one for this or anything like this, then send it through to us. We've got a new website, as I said earlier in the show as well. That was something we announced. We've got a new website, which is now functioning for the AI live show, where he's got everything. It's got a submit button. It's got where you can find the next show. It's got all of the previous shows. I did see a comment earlier that's saying that the first one that they clicked on was not going to an available link. So leave that with us, because there's still some RSS feed stuff to get right between the YouTube and our website, essentially. So it's pulling through the right videos, because it is a live pull from our YouTube, essentially, through to this AI live show. So we just got to twiddle a few things and it'll all be right. But it's looking good. And we've had some feedback about it, about how to change it and make it better for mobile. And thanks very much for that. Any more feedback like that, we'd really appreciate it for that as well.
Nice.
Yes. And we've got another legend that we are going to have on as a creator session. It's just when he's available, honestly. The Door Brothers, Jonathan, is doing some really, really cool stuff. And he's doing some of the edgy stuff as we know him to do, but he's also experimenting in new animation styles and stuff. Yeah. And this one really, really caught my eye. It's basically a creative animation experiment that they did. And it's just the style of the whole piece and the story building and the world building. So let's check it out.
The victory is mine! I would not laugh if I were you. Bring me the secret weapon! I warned you.
Oh, cool that they're able to do such eclectic stuff, you know? So the voting's now open for that one. 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. I know of other stuff that they're doing in a very similar sort of, you know, branching out in animation and different storytelling, world building. And I'm really excited to show some of that stuff when it becomes publicly available knowledge. But this is one that we do have to watch, obviously made with Utopia, I think was the sort of partner that they made this one with. But I love this style, mate. I love this sort of world. I feel like I could watch something a lot longer in this style and world building and characters. What are your thoughts?
I really like this, and I liked it because there were so many twists. The first twist was secret weapon, and then it was a little dog, and then it was that little dog turned into a big dog. So that was another twist, and then it was obviously the twist at the end where it was they were having just playing around in their living room, like it's just really smart. And again, it was very short, and being able to tell so many twists and a good storyline in such a short space of time, the way it visually looked completely different to what they're used to doing. Really, really good.
I think it just shows the craft of a true creative director, that you can build an entirely new world like this that's totally unfamiliar to your brand, that's so sellable to everyone. It's getting straight ones in the chat, you know, and some people may not even be aware of Daw Brothers and their other pieces and can watch this as a standalone piece of a world that they built that's just so watchable from, like you said, a very short like clip of what the world could be there. I think this really is the way to sell in a world, truthfully. Is get these out onto Instagram Reels, get these out and just see, you know, how many people engage with it and interact with it. Build longer form stuff as the world builds around the short form. It's really, really smart to see. I really love this one. It stood out a mile and I was like, my God, how many styles have you got, man? How many stories can you tell? You know, this is not like anything we've seen from Daw Brothers. It had none of the pop culture references, none of the like, you know, violence, none of the. It was just straight up like a totally different type of story altogether, wasn't it? And almost funny and comedic timing and pacing and everything. So awesome.
Exactly, and I think Mary's just wrote the lyrics for the whole thing. The dog wore helmets of tin. The cats wore expressions of sin. The bottle was wild, yet strangely quite mild. They paused when Mum rode in. Yes, I like that.
Bars, Mary. Every week you have the best comment, but now you're in the bars era of Mary. Oh, I'm loving it. And as Marco said, Jon really is goated. You know, like Jonathan is one. We're going to have him on as a creator session in the future, so check that out. We've been on a serious run with the start of the show. We have had Uncanny, we had Gossip Goblin, and we had Cavan the Kid. 3 of the biggest, best names in the industry. Jonathan's right up there with all of those guys. You know, there's a very small select handful, truthfully, of the just how good you can do stuff. Dave obviously makes stuff in different genres, and that's amazing too. It's like that's a skill in its own, I feel, is to be able to cross genre, cross world build. Me and Paul had a long discussion about that, actually, is you can. It's going to be like music, mate. You know, when certain musicians have an album that just defines them, you know, like Green Day or Red Hot Chili Peppers or something. And some go on to have a 20-year career carrying on the same type of genre, but others move on and create new worlds and can carry that off, you know, like some are able to ride culture for 20 years and create new worlds, and that's their skill. It's not the same world that carries on. It's evolving, and other worlds don't even relate and are like that. That had nothing relation to the Daw Brothers and was so like watchable out of its own, have its own universe, have its own you know, trajectory and stuff. It's so different. Could start its own YouTube channel, its own, you know, community, and start its own everything.
Completely different. I was expecting Trump or Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg to jump in at some point because that's what they do.
Maybe that's the thing. Is like we always. You know, that's so smart, isn't it? If you're expecting something, the actually creative thing is to not do anything expected of you. You know,
exactly.
Just go completely polar opposite and just showcase raw skill and raw talent and raw world building, and that's really, really smart. But yeah, everyone is seeing the same. You know, I think that everyone would have bought into that world, and how much of a diverse audience to appeal to that type of world. You know, like that's a real skill. Like, imagine like The Simpsons or South Park or anything that's like well, South Park's a bit extreme, but let's say The Simpsons is really appealing to kids, but also got adult connotations that make sense and references that go deeper. You know, that's a really hard thing to pull off as well, is appealing to a wide audience like that. Anyway, let's keep going. We've got more to watch. Where Nights Fall by Mathery is the next piece. The prelogue for this one is: in a tower at the edge of a faraway kingdom, Rapunzel waits. So we're seeing a character that we're familiar with here, Rapunzel. At the front of the tower, the ground is thick with the bodies of knights, princesses, and princes. All of these came before, all of those who tried and fell. Then he arrives. He doesn't climb, but he crawls and slides. Let's check it out.
My dear Lord, I don't want to die alone.
Share your hearth, your shield, and your spirit from this day forth. By the ancient laws of love and honor, I name you life mates. You may now seal your bond.
So edgy. T, trust me, long hair is such a burden.
Sorry, sweetheart. They keep sliding away.
What on earth? Who needs hair anyway? What did we just watch, mate? What did we actually just watch? The voting is now open. 1, 2, or 3. What did you think to that? Awesome, okay, not for me. That was hilarious, creepy, funny,
disturbing, as
disturbing. Yeah, like like, I don't even know where to start with that. Truthfully,
it's definitely a different look on Rapunzel, or what's it called now? Tangled.
Right.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, this is the type of thing where they can start building a whole new like universe around. Like it's this. They've got the babies coming in. They can do other stories as well. But I was watching it. I was like, this is just, as Harriet said, refreshingly different. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't get it, but I was like, this works.
Do you know what? When we watch Kavan do Tinkerbell Badass, and then we're watching Rapunzel look like this, you're like, oh, there's a whole new fresh take on famous characters that we're going to see in AI that I think, much like Uncanny does with H.P. Lovecraft, though, it's smartest to do out of copyright characters that are famous, instead of like trying to rip off the IP of really famous ones, because then you're just going to get instantly copyright blocked and stuff. But there's smart ways to do this, basically, that makes sense. Like Frankenstein or Simon and others have clocked onto the smart ways, and Harry has as well. Ryan has as well, This is crazy, though, isn't it? Just a total reinterpretation of a famous character in this weird way that we all give a straight one to this world, even though it's so different to the type of world that we expected from this type of story. When I gave it the Rapunzel, spiel, you might think, Rapunzel, like, there we got that.
Right, okay.
I love it. And yes, the weird choices here were surreal and Dali-ish, as Zach says. It felt like a Salvador Dali painting in some weird way, didn't it? Like some of it. Yes. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. That was an incredible pull. And, straight out of the left field, that one. The next one is someone that we actually may have on the show as well, because he's part of the Phantom X team, which is Kavan's studio. And so we're going to drop into episode 5 here of a show. And this is a much longer piece. It's a 14-minute overall video. So we're going to watch the first 5 minutes, basically, of this episode, which is The Sage. And this is season 1, episode 5 by Mike J. Mitch. And I'll give a little bit of a build up here. Elijah meets the woman at Walker Lake. His search for answers about the amulet will take him further into himself than he has ever been before. So let's check it out.
Thank you.
I mean this. Please, sit down.
That thing out there, it hunted me down. It knew me. What was that?
What have you seen before today?
That's not an answer.
It's what needs to come first. I already know what you possess. What have you seen?
A fire.
Yes, a fire. Go on.
It's a man, made of wood. It's enormous. And there's singing or chanting. Excuse me. But I can't understand it. It's in a language that I don't know. And there is someone standing in front of it.
What about them?
He's robed. He has a sword and his arms raised in the air. I don't know what any of this is.
What you have seen is just the smallest part. I can show you more, but you have to see for yourself.
Please. I need some more water.
That wasn't water.
got it, Elijah. That's it.
Elijah, I want to show you something. Be careful with it. It's very old. It's been in our family for some time. My father said it could guide us and keep us safe. One day when I'm gone, I'm going to pass it on to you.
Elijah, come closer, son.
Please, no. Not this. Anything but this. My time is up. You have to be the one to watch over our family. Don't go. I need you. You can't go.
Follow the light.
So leaving out on a bit of a cliffhanger there. As I said, that's a much longer piece, a 14-minute piece, and that's a Phantom X person. We interviewed Kavan the Kid in our last creator session, and he is the owner of Phantom X. Someone was asking in the comments who exactly that was made by. J Mitch is the creator of that one. We also have Aze Alter, who we're going to be showing later on in this show, who's also a Phantom X creator that's through Kavan's Phantom X Studios. So really cool stuff coming out of their teams, basically. You know, this is their in-house stuff from their in-house guys doing this stuff. Like, they're signed onto the Phantom X label. So it's really, really cool to see this world building. And it's one of those things where it's like so watchable if you're into this stuff. You know, like if you're into this type of genre, that was super watchable. And if you're watching and you're making longer pieces, say you're aiming for 20 minutes or something, and you're wanting to get on this show, the first 5 minutes that's very watchable like that is what we're going for, you know, because we can't watch the full 20 minutes. We're never going to be able to have a show where we can watch all these really long length pieces. But if the first 5 minutes is as watchable as that, that's really, really nice. So the voting's now open for that one. 1, 2, or 3. What did you think? Already seeing lots of ones flying in for that one. What did you think to that one, mate?
Yeah, it's a very strong piece of content there. It looked very good. Sound was very good. I felt they nailed the accent of the woman. I thought that was a really good accent, what they've done.
Agreed.
Zek says it definitely needs a sequel. This is all part of a longer package.
This is as you say, mate, episode 5, season 1. So we're dropping you in right here of a much longer, bigger show. You feel free to both go watch the rest of this episode, but maybe if you're really into this world, actually go start episode 1. You know, don't start and watch the rest of this, because this is the most recent episode that we're showing you. Go back to season 1, episode 1, and work your way back forward here, and then finish this episode if that's a world that you really like.
This
straight
here,
ones.
Yeah, this bit here reminds me of the film Get Out, where she gives him like this drink and then he just falls into the abyss. As you can see, he'll fall into the water. Exactly what happens in Get Out.
And also, you mentioned the sound design in the water. You can't hear it now, but it was brilliant. The bass, the mixed down, the levels of, like, you know, overall sound design that were added separate to the AI generate. That sounded like real sound design. You know, it sounded like gossip level stuff, actually. So I was really impressed with that. I'd love to know when we interview him potentially if he works with sound people, or whether he's got the sound background, or what exactly, how he got such good sound there. But yeah, getting a lot of people agreeing that that was a really well made piece, and it's so awesome you can just drop you into a world like that. We didn't even have to complete the thing, and people are giving it straight ones. Like, the storytelling's so good that the first 5 minutes is sellable to a much longer episodic thing. You know, it's really amazing storytelling. So congrats, and hopefully we can have him on in the future. I'm going to ask Kavan, who, by the way, you know, he left us on that phone call to the vets. All is good. His cat is all well.
Yeah.
Yes, he's given us the, like, you know, thanks so much for having us on, and so happy everything worked out type thing. So we were on the cliff edge, by the way. If you didn't know, Kavan had to leave us last minute in the last show time we were live because he had a pet situation, and he was waiting for a call from the vets, which came in during the show, right at the end of the show. We were on a knife edge of whether it was a good or a bad call, and luckily it was a good call.
It was a good one. Florrie said, I just came in. Can anyone tell me the title of that last piece and the series?
Oh, yes. So that is The Sage, The Four, Season 1, Episode 5 by Mike J. Mitch. All of that will be available on our luma.com newsletter. We send out 24, 48 hours after this show. So go sign up there still for all of the newsletter roundups, for everything that we're showcasing week to week. Also in LinkedIn, we do the same newsletter in LinkedIn as well. So if you're subscribed to the AI Live Show LinkedIn newsletter, as you prefer that to email, then you can also get it there. But Luma is the one that's available to the wider web, wider than LinkedIn. Yes, no worries, Florrie. And yes, it was spectacular. And the genre and this level of production, I think Kavan's got a real eye for talent. Clearly, he's signing some really, really interesting artists. And actually, Aze Alter is the one that we're going to be showing later. A lot of people are, you know, his Red Rainbow series is really one of their favorites as well. It's a really crazy world, as we'll see later. But you know, it's like if you're into that type of thing, as I said, you're really into that type of thing. You know, you've got like die-hard fans of genres like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the next one we're going to watch is another 5-minute piece called I Lived. This one is by Bharat Parmar. And I Lived is a film about memory. It's about unconditional love and the small moments that quietly become an entire lifetime. So let's check it out.
Life actually starts when you realize that you are going to die. I mean, that's why almost all the bucket lists are made after discovering a life thread. I'm grateful that somehow I had this realization when I was in my 20s. So I started living because everything that exists is a blessing. A privilege, even my existence.
This nature, big fan. This life, the ability to breathe, eat, laugh, love, and to feel is just too beautiful to exist. How did I get this lucky? Today I am 65 years old, as my beautiful wife told me. And every night she also reminds me that I have Alzheimer's. So basically, I don't remember anything except the fact that I love this woman. And this woman loves me back. And we both love to exist. So I don't complain. I mean, how can I? I know this universe blessed me just in a different way. That every day, everything feels like I'm feeling it for the first time and the last.
So this is us. However this gets remembered. I always knew it was hard for you.
Went in?
I wish you had someone who could stay. And I really want you to know that I'm sorry. I think I was going to say something. I just want to say thank you for existing, for loving me, and for remembering me. And I wish you live a happy life.
I did. I lived.
Very, very, very good.
That was very touching. It was very hard not to cry. I was very close to crying. I could see other people saying the same.
Yeah, that was really deep. Not quite for me crying, but it was very like deep. It was very a great story. It was being told. I thought the way at first I was like, "Where's this going? Is this arty?" And then I was like, well, "Actually, no. This is next level storytelling. This is the type of thing I can't wait to show people."
It was a long piece, but it didn't feel long, and that's the art of the storytelling here.
Yeah.
You know, it could have, like, with a piece that long, sometimes we're saying if you'd have cut it out, it'd have made it better and sharper.
Yeah.
But no, everything kept building, and the emotion got deeper. The deeper you got into the video, you know, and the story of it all, and the character development. It was a real. Yeah, so I should have said the polling is now open. 1, 2, or 3. What did you think? You guys are already voting. 1, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really, really cool. I even put a little note into our WhatsApp group just saying how different this piece was to other stuff we're watching. And I think a Japanese creator is the exact type of stuff where we are going to get different type of storytelling and different type of, you know, like stuff like this. And I really enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that. Probably one of my favorites of the episode so far. Yeah, it really brought a tear to my eye. I really did feel it at that point there. I was like, God, am I going to be able to talk at the end of this one? I'm not quite sure. It was very, very touching at the end. And Laura's family, sadly, has dealt with Alzheimer's. I've dealt with Alzheimer's. A lot of people we know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's hitting at a level. Where if you've had that in your family, it truly is touching, and it's very, you know, you could feel the story and you could feel all of it. Like even the sad music, I thought was something that really added to that piece, you know, and it gets me, the sad music, when it's like slow violins and pianos and it all is building the atmosphere of the storytelling. The voiceover was great. The characters were great. Yeah.
Yeah. I like the bit where he like the voice was told as if it was via the phone. It had that phone effect on it, and then
exactly
it went back
like
to
a voice message.
like a voice message.
The
Very
little audio tweaks like that, along with the sad undercurrent of music, really sold the overall visuals and stuff.
And this bit here as well, you see when it was spinning in New York,
transitions,
transition
I
to
really like them.
Yeah. I was like,
I don't think it was the strongest piece visually. You know, I think we've
Yeah.
definitely seen more realism, but these made it all married together so beautiful.
This bit here, the way he sat down on the couch. I don't know if you're seeing of anyone in the chat is seeing on Instagram at the moment where people sit down on the couch or something and say, "We're about to be interviewed for a Netflix documentary." That's what that kind of reminded me of. That bit there.
Yeah.
On the couch.
That viral trend. I've seen that. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was great.
Brilliant. And a great pick pull in that part of the show as well. I like that we're sort of like mixing it between very serious, very intense, and then, you know, very emotional. And it's showing all of the different strings to all of the different storytelling bows in AI. Lovely. The next piece is a nice short piece, only 1 minute 30. So this one is by VaigueMan, and some AI world building for a story I've been toying with. And we know that this one is made with Seedance 2, GPT-2, and Suno. So the audio is definitely also AI. Let's check it out. Wow. So, what are your initial thoughts? Do you want to kick that one off?
Yeah. So for me, exactly what you said in the chat. So we've got a group chat, myself, Chris, and Paul. So we talk about certain things, and I was thinking this looks like the Squid Games. And then Paul said something really interesting. He said the concept piece of this like video is could potentially be a fully fledged film or show, because it's like the Hunger Games, and a few of you mentioned that in the chat as well. So it's like Squid Games meets the Hunger Games. I think this person here could be onto something. You know, I think they could create a series out of this. Like, how did they get there? As you mentioned, it's the elite versus everybody else. The elite watch people, like in Squid Games as well, and Hunger Games. This here is a really good concept, and I like the fact that they're doing it in these tubes as well, because it's like they're living their life while people are just getting on with their life.
Right.
You know,
it's like an elite ruling class that's watching, like, them compete or go against nature or something. But the way that you're sort of dropped into the world, as you say, without any explanation as to what this is, that these tubes that they find themselves in, and there's people watching from the outside. I've got a few bits of feedback on that. I should say that the voting is now open. 1, 2, or 3. What did you think of that? 1, awesome. 2, okay, not for me. For that, I'm going to give it a 2, because I think it was a good concept, but I think I've listened to too many Suno beats where that beat didn't really hit. You know, it could have used a bit of more remastering and a bit more oomph to make it. I think the concept's great, but I think, just a little bit more polish around certain things, and it would have hit a 1 category for me. But the concept, like Paul said, is very strong. You know, like a bit more of dialogue, world building, a bit more music. Yeah. It's an interesting sort of world that you could see doing well. As we know, Squid Games, Hunger Games have been very popular shows, you know, and yeah. So I think a lot of people are agreeing with me there. Sort of the two is the sort of feedback from the community there. Like, it's definitely something that would do well in social media. Let's say that would have probably. In fact, I did actually see Evolving AI and Sando, who was tuning in earlier, reshared this piece, and it did actually reach millions of people on Instagram. So there's like you know, it's good algorithmically as well. You know, as an idea, it works and stuff. It's a bit more polished. It was maybe ready for Instagram Reels, but not really ready for YouTube. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
I wonder if we get. Well, I'm sure this happens where you're a producer, you see something like this, you think this is such a good concept. Shall I add to this or shall I just leave it alone? You know, this is kind of what I can see happening where it's like, I wonder if I can add to this because nobody owns the IP, I don't think. Like he doesn't own the IP of that concept, if that makes sense.
Obviously, although Marco and Jimmy are both saying Snowpiercer, which is something that I don't know, but
sure
might be something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It might be quite familiar to someone that's seen something similar, you know, as a concept. So maybe it's not as original as we thought as a concept, actually, and therefore not as strong if it's not such a new world that they're building. You know, it's good that you guys know this is why we are. Everybody has seen so much different stuff, and you guys can know what this is like familiar to or stuff like that. It's so good when you guys comment that. Really appreciate that. So the next one is Red Rainbow, as I said, from Aze Alter. This is, again, season 1, episode 2. So we've already watched episode 1 in the previous show. And what we did there is we watched the first 5 minutes because it is a much longer thing as well. So we're going to be watching the first 5 minutes of Aze Alter's Red Rainbow season 1, episode 2. And the prologue for this one is all Donnie ever wanted was for someone to see him. For the first time, he experiences unconditional love and acceptance, but begins to wonder why. So let's check it out.
Winners start before the world wakes up. So get up. Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy. You, right there. You can build a better you. One rep, one choice, one day at a time. Stop waiting for perfect. Start moving. This is Miracle Mo, signing off.
Sorry about the noise last night, buddy. I forget you're even here sometimes. Thanks, pal. Hard work, even the work you hate.
That's what makes the nice things feel nicer, buddy.
Thanks.
I'm taking everyone to the fight tonight. Janitor, could you stay a bit longer? There's some more to clean up.
This is my tree. We can share it if you'd like. So what's your name? Hey, Donnie. I'm Rosie. I have to go now. But I'll be here tomorrow. Same time? Bye.
How different is that to other things we've seen? It's crazy world building, isn't it, these days? You can make all sorts of wacky characters, all sorts of plot lines. As I said, we just watched the first 5 minutes of a much longer thing. This is also episode 2, as Marco put in there. It's a Red Rainbow series. This is episode 2. The voting's now open for this one. 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. It's crazy, isn't it? Just crazy world building in this one. This character is, I like this character and I don't know why. You know, this is the thing that I thought this whole way through this video. I don't know why I like this guy. It's really one of the strangest AI characters I've ever seen developed. And yet I'm so like in the pace of his world. You know, I can see the way he's living. It's weird, but it's like, it's kind of watchable in a weird way. What are your thoughts?
Exactly the same.
Yeah, mate, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know why I like
want to know what happens next. Where's it going? Like, what's happening? What's he going to do?
Yeah,
I think Marco said it best. You have to appreciate it. It's well crafted.
Yeah,
it was so well, like, told. I really like this.
You could tell this guy watches a lot of films, you know.
Yeah.
And it felt, I don't want to say like it felt like a Tom Hanks character or something, but it felt somewhere like there, you know, like, you know, somewhere like there. Yeah, I don't know exactly. It's
like I want to see what like next. Like,
yeah, what's next? Exactly.
Yeah, I want to know what happens next, and I really, really like this one. Like even little things like this bit where the guy goes off and then the smoke goes in his face, and like little things like that. You know this character. We've seen this character many times before in different films or TV shows, and you know, it's really, really good. I like that a lot.
That's maybe you just put your finger on it. It's not using the cliches of movies. It's using the good parts that we're familiar with, and that's selling the world, you know, because it does feel like a movie, you know, and you want to learn more about this character's development and where he's going next, the kind of interesting people he meets and the odd way he, you know, experiences the world. I'm bought into that. And I think that's the true strength if you're going to make something episodic is, can you drop into any episode, watch the first 5 minutes and just be bought in?
Yeah.
If you're in, and I'm in, and I want to watch more, and you can again go back to season 1, episode 1, and start the show from there, finish the first episode, and then complete the first 5 minutes like we have, and then watch the rest of the episode from there. So the last one, we had 5 episodes to catch up on. This one, there's only 2 episodes to catch up on. That's the Red Rainbow series by Aze Alter. Yes. Andrew makes notes throughout the show to follow up, and so if he's making a note, that's a good sign. He's, like I said, he's a Phantom guy, so I think he was actually tuning in to the Cavan episode. I saw him in the comments, so I'm more than sure that he's familiar with the show and probably would come on in the future if we want him for a create session. Yeah. He's got a very peculiar mind, this guy. We need to get to the bottom of how he built that character, where the hell that came from, and what inspired
I love his thinking.
So do I. Good one, another good one, and such different. How different was that to the Alzheimer's one, mate? For real, like it couldn't be on the different end of the spectrum of storytelling. Yet both were very alluring, both were great in certain ways, and I love that we can buy into that in one episode in 1 week of AI. That both of those things come out.
Yeah,
that are watchable. Pretty cool. Right, the next one we're gonna watch is I think it's called Kamalu. I think that's the name of the show, Legend of Amadioha. I'm really bad at these. And this is, again, episode 2. So there's something to catch up on here. This one is by 9JA Studios. But again, all of the links will be available in our luma.com newsletter if you want to follow up on all of this. The prologue for this one is a king's crown is only as secure as his subjects' obedience. When a legendary force threatens to disrupt the ancient balance of power, the royal palace is plunged into a desperate conspiracy. To preserve his earthly reign, the sovereign must make a devastating bargain. Let's check it out.
Okay.
My Igwe, forgive the hour. The Ibiokafo has some urgent news. You may speak.
Igwe, forgive me for this sudden visit. I thought the storm tonight was just rain, until I saw it.
Saw what exactly?
The lightning, it struck in a perfect spiral. Just as the prophecies say. Igwe, I am of the opinion that Amadioha has been reborn.
Tell me, old man, when a god decides to lower himself into a body of flesh and bone, does he not bleed like the rest of us?
Yes, he does, my Igwe.
But then again, if the people know a god walks among them, they will stop bowing to their king.
And I will not have my throne taken away by some peasant. What are you going to do, great Igwe?
My lord, the whole palace can hear your breathing. What has stolen your peace?
He has returned.
Who?
Amadioha. Dibia Okafor came trembling like a goat before slaughter. Said the sky above Ozusu split with lightning, and the ground shook. I should have seen this coming. You know I have the Alusi right here in this palace. And there are still more I must possess before the ritual can be completed. And then no man, no spirit, nothing can challenge what I become.
A god.
Not like the ones these villagers pour palm wine on and beg for rain. A real god. Power that does not sleep. Power that does not die.
Look at me. Has your plan fallen apart?
Did you not hear what
I said, has your plan fallen apart? The Alusi, is it gone?
No.
Then nothing is destroyed, my lord. You did not come this far to crumble because a god has returned. Gods return. Kings adapt.
I'll call for a council meeting tomorrow. The time for patience is over.
Come, my Igwe. Even gods must rest before war.
My Igwe, your palace guard Ikena came to my compound before sunrise. We came without question, as is our duty. But I will speak what is on all our minds. Hope there is no problem, my Igwe.
Yes, my Igwe. Whatever has gathered us here, it must be something that
you came because I called. That is all that matters. And yes, Obiora, there is a problem. 2 nights ago, Okafor came to my inner chamber, late and unannounced. What he brought to my ears that night, I will now bring to yours. Amadioha has returned.
Arueme.
Chai. Silence. I said what I said. Amadioha walks among the living again. And we all know he did not return to celebrate the New Yam Festival. He returned because he knows.
Knows about the Alusi?
What are we going to do? Silence them. The whole of Ozusu village. Every last one of them.
Wow. Intense, isn't it? Like, in another complete world that we've been dropped into there with different characters, different type of world building. I really like that piece. The voting is now open. What did you think? 1, awesome. 2, okay. 3, not for me. What's your feelings on that piece, mate?
Yeah, I thought it was really good script. Well done. I think that and someone put it in the chat and it said, I felt the quality dropped when she sat in the lap. That I noticed a few things like that. Even the lip syncing was slightly out as well. So it was just little things like that I noticed that kind of took away from the piece. But the piece as itself, I thought was a really strong piece.
It may be that we should find out some more details about that. You know, was it for a competition? Was it for something whereby, you know, they had a rush deadline? Not sure exactly on the backstory, but we do know that was episode 2. So I would assume not, because it's a sort of self-production, self-published thing, you know? So again, if anybody knows AI9JA Studios or, someone that we can get onto the show, we'll check it out. I see Tim Theoretically Media tuning in. Legends just randomly chopping into the chat. Oh my god!
Been a subscriber to this channel for a long time.
We did just watch. Yes, we did just watch Aze Alter, Tim. And actually, as we were watching Aze's piece, Paul put into the WhatsApp group, Chronicles of Bone just launched its latest episode, season 4, like 30 minutes ago. don't all leave this live stream and go and watch Chronicles of Bone, but definitely load it up for later on because, oh my God, as Kavan said on his live interview, our last time we were live, it's essentially his most anticipated episode because there's so much more action and so much more going on. It was kind of the piece he was, daunting about, and really hope that Seedance 2.5 would help him out on that, but I don't know that it will, truthfully. After seeing the launch, it's a bit of like glitchy morphiness, and actually it might not help him at all in the extra action scenes and stuff. But Tim's dropping in, going, yo, let's go, Timmy. We got to have you on for a creator session as well. All of the legends that we've had on for the creator session, Uncanny Harry, Kavan the Kid, Gossip Goblin, Tim. We want to get more on, more of the best in the space to come onto our creator sessions. And awesome to see you doing your own stuff as well, Tim, going and making your own films and actually like putting them out. Congrats on that, doing as well on your YouTube channel as your awesome news videos with your dad jokes and everything like that. We love you for both, which is why you're sort of a lot bigger than the other news people we watch on YouTube, because they just stick to the news and stuff, and you're like putting films out there and they're just as popular people, which is so cool to see. And yes, Flamethrower Girl, mate. Do you know Flamethrower Girl? Have you seen Flamethrower Girl from Tim's videos?
No, I haven't actually. I don't know that. Or it might be a case where I subscribe to the channel. I've been subscribed for a long time, so it might be I've seen the person or the girl, but I don't recognize the name.
Right. Yeah, he's even building his own characters that are, it's hilarious that they're like demanded, and they're like, every video that this character doesn't appear in now of his, there's like, where's Flamethrower Girl in the comments and his chat and stuff. It's really smart to have built this character to join his YouTube channel. I think we may need one as well. We might have the ice cream van man or something, like that comes in as a separate guest, because he does come on this podcast quite a lot. But we're going to close it out, guys, with some fun. It's been a long episode of really intense storytelling. We saw the Alzheimer's piece. We saw the Cannes Lions award-winning thing that everyone gave straight ones to. We saw some craziness from Aze Alter. We saw a load of stuff. And we even gave straight ones to the Dawg Brothers piece, which was a whole new animated world that doesn't look anything like the Dawg Brothers piece. Although we do actually have a much more familiar looking Dawg Brothers piece as well to show you this week, which is what we're going to watch next. Now, the build up for this one is that it is very Dawg Brothers. It's definitely about social commentary of things that are going on right now in terms of immigration. It's got a lot of flashing visuals. It's got a lot of connotations. So just audience beware. This is nothing like the earlier animation Dawg Brothers piece that we watched. This is much more of a Dawg Brothers video. With all that being said, let's check it out. As I said, much more of a Dawg Brothers looking piece there. It's straight up like society, you know, like we saw a lot of this in their pieces on YouTube where they're doing social commentary on society, but the visuals, it looks like a music video. I think that's a Gestaffel Steam beat, you know, it went crazy hard, like with the visuals and the editing and the pacing. It's kind of jaw-dropping, honestly, that they can make this animation piece that's so like, you know, and then this, you know, which is like, couldn't be further on the other end of the spectrum, truthfully. It's awesome to see. Straight ones from me. What about you, mate?
It reminds me of like an MTV video back in the day when they had alternative music, and I can't remember what the name of the show was, but it will be featured on a show like that. It's funny because, as I said, in the last hour, we've seen two completely different types of Dawg Brothers videos.
Isn't that awesome?
Loved. I feel that it's really good that people are making such different concepts, because basically you're opening up the world to many different things. And also, you're opening yourself up to the world. You know, you can open up yourself to so many different areas of business, and you know, rather than being pigeonholed.
Mate, it's like I said, such a showcase of talent. Like Paul commented earlier, before we even went live, he was like, there's going to be two types of creators out there. There's going to be ones that can build worlds that are amazing, that do really well. But then the skill is, can they build another one that's separate? And maybe they can't. And then there's people like Dawg Brothers, where it's like, here's a showcase of all the type of worlds we can build you. So they can do client work this way, they can do other things. It's a much more attractive creative process, because it's like, whatever you know to give them, they're going to come back with something. I've even seen them do like FMCG ads, you know, like straight up advertising stuff, where it's just like, couldn't be, again, further different from this. It's just, as Marco says, the editing style is pretty unmatched. I think that's the true, like, how they stand out. The color grading, the post-production, the camera shakes, the editing, but the ideas and the rawness of it all as well. It all just stands out. So powerful piece. And even LinkedIn people are appreciating that. I was worried, truthfully. Should we show this to a LinkedIn audience? A lot of our audience are on LinkedIn. I think it's more of a YouTube thing, an X thing, but LinkedIn, I wasn't sure. So good to see you guys giving it ones from LinkedIn as well. Good for you guys, you know, like it is powerful visuals. It is very jarring, but it is also, you know, important, and we've got a platform for that type of stuff, and we're going to have him on as a creator session in the future. So he's also a legend. Truthfully, a Lisbon legend. And we've got more music videos to close this out too, because Paul's done a great job at showcasing like you know, a whole range of different stuff, and we're closing out really fun this week with two back-to-back more music videos. That wasn't really a music video, although the music in it was fire, and the editing to the music and the pacing was great. But these are real, you know, music videos. The first one we're going to watch is called Dante BRAZY 88, and it's an official music video for the Beyond the Loop Season 2. So this is Wonder Studios actually, you know, they're not just putting out films, they're also putting out music videos as well, which is really cool to see. The Chrome and Glitch music direction is by Junkie Cream. That's the name of the YouTube channel if you want to go check out Junkie Cream. The composer and the arranger of the song is Mark Evich, so we know that that is a separate thing. The music film director is Rogan Ho, and Wonder Studios are the production behind it. So as part of the Beyond the Loop anthology, 88 brings together cinematic storytelling, original music, and a performance of a new kind of action horror experience. So let's check it out.
One more breath, one last step. Ravens and angels, deafening silence. Still I won't turn back. I'll fall down if I must. I'm guided by promise. I'm bound by my honor. I wish I could let go. Through darkness I wander.
Wild stuff.
Using AI to do music videos will be the standard soon. Yeah, I think
Yes,
it's
it
going to be
will.
the standard. When you look at stuff like that, you're just like, you know what? I could just see more and more songs going down that route.
Yeah. But where do they live? Where is Gen AI MTV? When we had Meta Puppet on and we saw his epic music video with loads of action and, you know, angels and wings and flights and car crashes. And this is like a zombie action, you know, hybrid music video. Like, where do they live? I wonder where the Gen AI MTV will be, mate.
It might change
the
the
voting is now
around
open, by the way.
music.
Sorry, I should have said the voting is now open. What did you guys think? 1, 2, or 3? 1 awesome, 2 okay, 3 not for me. Yes, it might, mate. It might be TikTok and YouTube that these live. It might be they're the new publishing places. I had it. That's what people have told me. They think Gen AI MTV is on YouTube. It will leave on YouTube. Like, and so I could see this, as you say, being more and more of what is made by real music video creators, because this is, it looks professional, you know, it looks like proper. And that's where it's getting really interesting. Now, it is using a real musical artist in this case, and obviously there is the Suno capabilities as well. I really like this beat when it dropped, you know, when the beat actually kicked in. It was really bouncy and really nice. The bits in between are like, you know, I wish there was a little bit just more of the beat going on, but the visuals were incredible the whole time. And I was like, wow, as I had the same thought you did, was essentially I could see more and more of the music video route going this way. With showing stuff like this to the industry is really what will make it go that way as well, you know?
Yeah, I was waiting for the beat to kick in. When it kicked in, I was like, "Oh, there we go." It took a while. It took a while. When the beat kicked in, I was like, "There we go." I like that.
Exactly. As soon as it kicked in and those drums came in, I was like, "Let's go." The build-up was worth it. The story, the visuals, it was all like leading to this. As the drop is always in music videos, it's got to be like fire, and it was. So. I see Aaron, the Fen folk, tuning in. We got to tune up at the London. Can you believe, mate? Quick story with him. He's from the same village as me, like the same city as me. I've never met anyone in digital marketing even close to where I'm from. And this guy is literally on the cusp of AI and from the small little place I'm from, which is really random and awesome.
Small world.
And then it is a small world. And we finally got to catch up in person as we've been chatting a lot online since we realized this. And now, we got to have a hangout in London last week, which was great. And Kareem, and shout out to all those. Yes, it was fate, mate. It was fate. And he is the one who I told you is working from Richard Branson's Virgin Media Boat, which is a legendary music spot that's launched Virgin Media Records. He's actually working from there and has invited me to come and look at the studio with his business partner. And this is definitely something I'm going to take. I was thinking that. Let's do a show from the Virgin Media Boat. Let's go. I absolutely love it. Faye AIT, Mary, you're on fire. You got the bars, you've got the puns, you've got everything this week.
Hi, Antonella. My friends just popped in. Anton.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. If you're late joining us, we're already over, by the way, like the 2 hours. So if you've got a dip, I appreciate it, mate. We've got one more music video, but we are usually live on every Tuesday. I see some new faces here. We also do special guest episodes, sometimes on a Wednesday, sometimes on a Monday, depending when they're available. But we've done 3 creative sessions so far, and they've been amazing, with 3 of the biggest and best in the AI space. We're looking for more, so suggest them to us. You can sign up on the newsletter here to get everything that we've done on this week's show as a reminder in the 24, 48-hour period. We also have a new website, as I said earlier in the show, where you can submit everything to, see the next events, see all of the videos that we've made, the AILiveshow.com. So go check that out, and any feedback on that would be great. What else was we got that Star Wars music video to close us out, mate. I've got time for it.
Yep, let's do it. But before we do that, just want to say to everyone, thank you for joining us yet again. Another week. Some really eclectic videos that we played this week. Good selection there, Paul. We went from Alzheimer's all the way to political songs, all the way to like films of just random Rapunzel and crawling on the ground.
That was wild, wasn't it?
Very, very eclectic show today. So thank you for joining us.
Good work, Paul, from Jimmy. Great show, great curation, good job on it. Let's close it out. Now, I'll give a little bit of a backstory to this one. Truthfully, this is on the cusp of slop. It's fun, but it's on the cusp of slop. But it's just on that like fun edge of like, a nice little show closer that it's not quite slop, and it's like a music video. It's obviously with very familiar characters. Star Wars, instead of Mace Windu, they've called him Base Windu. So Obi Dawg. So instead of Obi-Wan Kenobi, we've got Obi Dawg. I Got the High Ground by AI Amateur Jedi on YouTube. Let's check it out.
Master Yoda, what must I do to become the most powerful Jedi?
That spot already taken is by 2 other Jedi.
2?
Always 2 there are. Obi Dawg and Base Windu.
I don't give a fuck about no prophecy, man. Deflecting bullshit all day is my plan. My aura is purple, your aura is broke. The dark side is for lame motherfuckers, bro, you a joke. I'm slapping the bass, you're slapping younglings, man. This whole Clone War is a motherfucking scam. I got the high ground, I'm on the beat. Obi Dawg, watch my back, keep the Sith off the streets. I got the high ground, I'm on the beat. Baddest motherfucker that you'll ever meet. I got the high
bring that Jar Jar energy around me. Brought no droids in the studio, I told y'all to go. Keep your phone committed, glory and count to yourself. Get credits on the low, just keep to yourself. Good relations with your girl I have, that's so true. You gon' make me slap the sit right out of you. You're not the chosen one, go check yourself. May the force be with somebody else.
I got the high ground, I'm on the beat. Obi Dawg, watch my back, keep the sit off the street. That's the high ground, I'm on the beat. Baddest motherfucker that you'll ever meet. I got the high ground, I'm on the beat. 2 Jedi dogs, we are the hustle elite. I got the high ground, I'm on the beat. I have had it with your bullshit, just take a seat.
How silly funny was that to close out the show? So the polling is now open. What did you think to a Paul's closer for this week's episode? Was that awesome? 1, 2, okay, 3, not for me. As I said, like, it was on the border a slot, but it was also brilliant. You know, it's a straight one. I'm not gonna lie. It was funky. It was a great beat. It was hilarious. It was a very familiar world. This is why it's on the edge of slop, you know, because it's obviously a big Star Wars thing, and it's easy to make it. Even I think there's real clips of the film in there, you know, like there's maybe like but as a fan piece, hilarious, great fun, a great show closer.
You know what? It was a good song. That beat was
great.
Like,
song.
a real
Oh my
beat.
God.
Sometimes I hate copyright because it's like, obviously it can't do anything really. So, and that's the type of song that would do pretty well. Like, even if
they had lines in there that I was like, that's smack the Sith out of you, as Aaron said. Like, you know, stuff like that where you're like, that's genius, you know, that's hilarious. And Obi Dawg, you know, like all of the like ways that they twisted the characters and brilliant. You know, great work, Paul. We had a heavy episode as usual with amazing stuff, ads, news pieces, you know, films, all of it, and then to close out with music videos. At one point of this show, we actually discussed only doing ads because that's where we have a big background. You know, we run a creative studio, we're ad experts. The thing that I hosted last week was all about advertising, so I felt really comfortable talking about all that stuff. We don't make films, you know, so I feel somewhat weird talking about films and, you know, constructively like that. The beat tunes in and I'm like talking on the pace. I can see you bobbing your head as well.
Yeah, there you go. The beat in the background.
The closing beat, I'm liking it, yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean is I'm glad we kept the films and the music videos and the other stuff, not just focused on ads like we were going to, because actually the coolest stuff that's been made right now is 25-minute long stuff, man. It's mental how far we've got. Oh, he's putting on the red shades.
We've got the red shades just for this song.
Someone take a screenshot. Hang on, I'm getting one right now. Awesome.
Wow.
Now we know. Now we know.
Love it. Again, thank you everyone.
It's the song, mate. We're on the high ground.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, another great show.
Mate, Paul managed to figure out how to extract the MP3 and load this up during that. Like, can you put that on? That's testament. What a show,
yeah, 4 through
all
film.
Right, guys.
AI Live, just the route to sell red shades. Yes. So click the affiliate link in the chat. Only joking.
I got the high ground. I'm on the beat. So catchy. Oh my God. All right, guys, we'll see you again in a future episode. Yep, Tuesdays, look out for the regular show, and Wednesdays, look out for the special guest episodes. We've got some more to announce, some exciting stuff to announce, mate. So we'll keep you in on all of that on the luma.com newsletter to sign up to that, and the new website for all of the announcements that we've got coming out with future shows. Marco is one of those. You know, we've got his film coming up and other people watching. We've got stuff that we're doing with, so really exciting. Where are you off to next, mate? Anywhere exciting?
I am planning to stay in home all August. That's what I'm planning to. But again, everyone's more coming to me now. So yeah, because everyone's holidays, so they're like, "Hey, come out!" But I'm telling you, it's 40 degrees here. It's hot.
It's hot, right?
Yeah,
it's
very hot. But what about
Big
you?
love to all you guys tuning in. I'm doing the same. I'm now like finally, not traveling again for the next bit at least. The London one was the last one that I had sort of in the books. I know there's some stuff later on in the year coming up in France and stuff that I might be involved in, but nothing in the immediate like weeks or anything like that. Luckily, I'm going to be the same. So yeah, we should be back for the regular show next Tuesday, and probably a special guest episode as well in the next coming weeks as well. Look out for them. And yeah, you can submit all of it via the website now. It's all in one place, finally. I was desperately getting some time to get Fable 5, right? Because it's such an amazing site builder. It's just getting the time to actually use it and then launch it and then host it and get it all live. And now it's finally live. I'm like, yes.
It looks good. Looks very slick.
And Marco helped with that.
Website.
Yes, Marco helped with a lot of that Fable 5 help and, foldering and stuff. So appreciate you, man. Good shout outs. Nice. I got the high ground. What I'll be to close out to.
But I don't want to stop the show. I just want to listen to the beat. Yeah.
If we can do this every week, Paul, where we close with a music video and then close out with the music on that music video, that would be so fun, honestly.
Brilliant.
All right. Big love to all you guys. We'll see you all again in the future. See you motherfunkers later, as Mary says. Brilliant. I love it.